senior citizen because they are suffering from something called identity crisis. The same identity crisis is suffered by women who have taken a career break and don't know how to really reach out. They don't want sympathy. Sympathy is no for them. Exactly after 6 months, her husband found her useless. He thought she's useless, and he divorced her. One job can change the family entirely. The family status is changing. The family way of living is changing, and it can make a deeper impact to the society. So, job was always my passion area. But then, why this is because of this book called Ikigai or the movie called Intern. Senior citizens, especially after retirement, until 58, they are super active. But after a year of retirement, suddenly they fall ill and they don't know what to do. Their mental wellness is getting affected, physical wellness is getting affected. It's going as a vice versa because there is no purpose in life or they don't know what to do, although they're healthy. So I want to contribute to that angle. So I started with senior citizen. That was my thought process. The C started from senior citizen because they are suffering from something called identity crisis. The same identity crisis is suffered by women who have taken a career break and don't know how to really rejump. There are many companies who will say, I'll give you a hand, but they say only if you have a career break of 1 to 3 years. What about people having more than 5, 7 years? The same identity crisis is also happening to persons with disabilities. They don't want sympathy. Sympathy is no for them. I still have this incident. One person with a disability, we call special people, trying to board the bus. I tried to help the person. He got very angry with me. He said, "Did I ask you for help? I'm going on my own every day. I don't want anybody's help." And that is the kind of self-esteem we want to really create in them. So all the special people are suffering from something called identity crisis. So we say empowerment. My way of empowerment is through meaningful employment.
Let's talk about the women. I see you have listed some of the jobs which are very, market oriented, UX, UI, and, technology jobs. I see that there is a lot of women uh, who have studied some of the subjects like, history, English, and some of the non-science, curriculums. What do you have to offer to them? Where can they go? And what type of job they can see through you, through SaiRa?
Interview the candidates. We understand what they are actually good at because we very strongly believe that everybody is good at something. Understand the core skills and train them in a lot of transferable skills because every person has two skills. One is the core skills. For example, accountant will be good in accounts. Also there'll be another skill which is kind of a project management or a people management kind of a skill. So we look for placements that includes core skills plus transferable skills and also upskill them in any niche areas. It could be a path of behavioral skills upskilling, which Winnwin will play a very important role, or it could be a operation or job-based skilling.
Why can't they just go on LinkedIn and find a job? How SaiRa is different? What SaiRa is doing that LinkedIn or Naukri.com, Indeed.com, ZipRecruiter, Monster, Career Builder is not doing?
We are the one platform which can address the special needs of the special people in terms of employment. The one platform. Naukri has everything, and this can be a small addition. And especially, we feel a company like Monster and Naukri cannot compete with us because of the database strength that we have had in the last 2 years. We have a close to about 1 lakh database across women, persons with disabilities, and senior citizens. And close to about 20,000 of them are filtered, handpicked, upskilled. To really get into this kind of a database level is not easy because all these candidates, special candidates, are not available on special platforms. Most of them are only available through communities. So, for example, if persons with disabilities, we tap the community, we tap the NGOs. Senior citizens, we tap the NGOs. Women across communities, across job boards. So we get the list of all the candidates because tomorrow a company like a Microsoft want to really hire so many people like diversity inclusion. They can't go to one platform like a Naukri because the profiles are not there. But when they come to a platform like SaiRa, we'll be able to handhold them and give them an end-to-end product and the service that offering, which we feel unique even across the world. There is no one platform for diversity inclusion needs of the organizations.
Tell me one or two success stories or something which touched your heart when you were trying to, place a women uh, who had a break of more than 2 years, 3 years.
So I'll give you a small example of a story that really touched, very moving. So a girl Everything was well. She had a family to really take care. But during the COVID time, they were actually going for a trek. And when on the way back, their tempo traveler toppled, and she had a very bad spine injury. From that day onwards, she became disabled. She's married and have a small child. So, which means she's become completely immobile. Right. So anything can happen to any one of us, any day. So this happened to this girl, and exactly after 6 months, her husband found her useless. He thought useless, and he divorced her. She applied for a divorce. She's been sent out of the home along with her child, physically challenged, locomotor disability. She comes to her parents' house. So this is a girl who had taken a career break after her MSc after a point in time, and she was applying to jobs. So we found out this girl. We interviewed her. Her communication skill was super excellent, very very good. But she was not. She didn't have any skills on the recruitment skills. So we said we will train you for 3 months on recruitment skills. So we took her as an intern. We trained her as a recruiter. And for the first year, completely, she was working with us as SaiRa as a recruiter. But now she's been placed in other MNC where she's earning close to about 55,000 rupees salary, sitting in a place called Dharwad, working remotely as a recruiter. And she's so happy that she's able to be independent. So that's a small success story that I want to share with you. And I feel starting a company will be able to touch many lives, just not in India. It can be a global phenomenon because there's no one organization who's solving the challenges for special people in the world.